Affinity comes with lots and lots of filters, but probably the most powerful one is the one you can find in the procedural texture. It comes with lots of presets. In this video for PC and Mac, I'm going to show you the basic shapes ones. So let's just run through them. Let's go to the top here, checkered. And you've got the presets here, and you can see it just creates a checkered design. You can modify the setting here. Down here, you've got a custom input, so you can just change it, maybe make it 20, 2019, etc. Zoom in like that, or go the other way. It will go up to 100, but you can overwrite it and put 200, etc. in there. There's another one, smooth bars. Great for creating some straight lines. You can smooth them, so you can blur them like that, or you can go the other way and get very sharp lines. And you can do exactly the same as before, 26, 28, so you push the value up to get more and more lines. But also, there's a great feature here. You've got RX in the equation. If you've got X, you will not be able to move them, this design. If I go here now, I can move this back and forth. Though sometimes it does seem to suddenly not work, but still be aware, if it's got RX in the equation, it should drag up and down as well as the RY. You can modify any of these equations. So if it does have X, you can just put RX in there. And also you can add some additional, if you want to, just tweak it, vary it in countless ways. Another one, smooth squares. You get this. Now, I will just show you, this is one thing occasionally, when you select preset, the preset doesn't always show the correct thing. Sometimes you have to do it again. I do not know why. It does seem to be a quirk of this feature. But smooth squares, you can see it's much the same, blur it. But that creates some interesting designs, especially if you push the value up very extreme. So you can create some very extreme dots, which of course you can then distort using twirls and all the various filters in the pixel menu. Also maybe use this as a background for displacements to create some interesting displacement designs or glass distortion effects using this design. Also go here, waves. Get this waves, and you can vary the wave. You make it straight line, back at the straight line, but you can also just vary it to subtle values. You can see you can create that, and you can tweak the equation to obviously make it crunch it in, distort it in different ways. However, let's just go to the next one, sine wave, and you get that, and you can move this up and down as well. So you can see this has got RX and RY in, so you can move it and you can reposition it, change here, this, and you can also modify this as well, a number of ways. So you can make it more intense, and again, move it up and down, and you could make multiple layers with different, obviously, numbers, or maybe layer them, etc. Use blend modes, all those sorts of things. Okay, next thing you can do is this one, overlap sine waves, and you get this a lovely color effect, which again, you can move up and down, and you've got a slightly more complicated equation. Let's just drag this out. You can see the equation is split over 3 channels. Obviously, this RGB document, you get R, G, and B, and you can see the effect. Obviously, varying this, and you can vary the settings again, and you can also modify the separation, so you can push it to extremes, and you can also, let's just put that a bit there, and also modify the offset. So you can create some quite interesting designs just by varying that setting. And also the next one, graduated random squares, which I think is a really nice one, but you can't move this one. However, you should, and I have tried this a few times. Sometimes it seems to work, sometimes it doesn't. You can enter and overwrite this. You can put RX and RY. You can save it as a new preset then. So I'm not going to do that, but you can just go to this menu here, and there's options here to save it. But let's just now go off here, RY, and you can see it just puts it down there. And you can drag this up, drag it down like that, move it around, reposition it, and also, of course, modify these settings as well. So you can create a variety of different designs by doing this, just by dragging it around, maybe put it there. However, as I said, during testing, it did suddenly stop with the RX, RY. I do not know why, but normally if you change it X and Y to RX, RY, you should get that. Okay, so you've got those going through it. You'll notice I've also got another one here, which is one that I created. And any user one you create, you will get this. And there's my one. It just creates lines. It's a very basic one. Variation, obviously, of one of this one. Let's just go up here. I think it was checkered, just by removing parts of it. And that's all you need to do, because you can change this in countless ways. So you if you want to, you can just enter a value. Say 5 or 4. Type 4 instead of 5. I was going to type 5. And then you can see you get that. Maybe go for 14. Hopefully I don't type 2 by accident. There's 14. And you can see you get a line effect like that. So even a basic equation, you can create a whole range of different designs. And again, if you want, you can always create a preset based on this. So if you get a nice design here, you think, you know what, that's pretty cool. Let's just change it. And again, you can vary this, maybe times 0.3. Whole range of different things. Now, if you make a mistake in the equation, all that will happen will be it just doesn't do anything, just goes blank. And you can always then go back to the preset and just select it again and just correct it and work with that. And also, if you create an interesting effect, you've got the preset. Let's just go back to this checkered one. So you've got a setting here and you get something you really like. You can always just save this. So what's 13 here? I can always just go here and I've got the presets default. And now sometimes it's not the value. That's weird. That's strange. You should be able to set it. If you change the value here, it should enable you to edit that. I'm not certain why it's not doing that. However, obviously another weird quirk. Sometimes this is the thing with procedural textures. Sometimes it just seems to work in slightly mysterious ways how it's going to do it. But as mentioned, you've got all these options here. But also, let's just cancel that now, how to actually set it up in the first place. Because it's not much use if you can't set it up. And I'm just going to delete this layer now. And you can see over here, layers. You need a layer. Simple as that. That's all you need. Well, also another step as well. So let's just go here to pixel and new pixel layer. Now there's another way, of course. You just go down here and create a new pixel layer. Just down here, just click that. But you need to also fill it, because if you try and run these, maybe you could set different colors. What I normally do, I go for black, but it might work with other things as well. So let's just go pixel, filters, and just go down here to colors. Now fill has been moved here. In previous version, it was in a different location. Now you can find the fill and fill with foreground color, fill background, etc. It's been tucked away, weirdly, in filters, because I don't see a fill being a filter, but still, that's what they've done. So fill, and I've got it to be secondary color, which happens to be black. And you can always set it here as well if you don't want to set it obviously beforehand, and click apply. So you've got that. Now you can go to pixel, filters, and just down to colors, and again, procedural texture. So with this, you can now see by default, it doesn't show anything. It's no preset because there's no equations. Needs equation, just go to checkered and you get this. Now you think, well, great, I've got black and white. I don't really want black and white. Well, you can change it in a few ways. You can alter these. You can see the channels. And this works across all the channels. So red, green and blue. So it does it for the red, green and blue with exactly the same equation. But say you only want it to be applied to the red and green. We've disconnected the blue. It's not doing anything to the blue channel now. And therefore you end up with a slightly obviously different colour there. And you can do the same, green. So now all you've got is the red working in this. And you can, of course, continue to modify the setting here. So all these sort of things, maybe run it a couple of times, different colour channel, all those sort of things. Different blend modes, a load of different things you can do with this. But let's just go slightly different as well. Just click alpha. And I'm just going to click the red off there. So now only the alpha channel is being used, which doesn't seem very useful, but you've got this checkered design. So click apply. And of course, with the black and white image, the black image you had before, the layer, you've got this now. Well, what you can do, you can go to effects, just down here with that one set, and you can do exactly the same in the other ones as well. You can tweak all those equations, use the alpha and create line designs, wave, all those sort of things. So let's just go to 3D and again, change the radius. And you can now see you get a lovely raised effect with this. And obviously you've got the transparency looking through to the white background. And you can modify the settings here. And you can see sort of designs there. So close. And you've got this. And of course, you can now, because it's just a layer, you can use this layer hold down the Alt or Option key and drag and duplicate, and you can see you can build up a nice interesting design like that super quick. Though of course now you've got a bit of a gap there. So let's just undo. You can also do the same with the other ones. So let's just go to Pixel, Filters, and again just down here to Colors and Procedural Texture right at the bottom. You could set up a shortcut, very easy set a shortcut to it. So Procedural Texture, you don't have to go all the way through the menus. And with that, again, presets, let's just go for sine wave. And you can see there, I've got that. Oh no, I want the other one, overlap sine waves. So you can see you've got that design there. But you can do exactly the same. Instead of R, you maybe go with alpha there. And you can see you get a design like that. And again, it's got the transparency now. You can use that with layer effects, etc. Oh, click apply. Let's just go with that. And you can see now, if I go here to the move tool, hold down the Alt or Option key and drag. And you can see now I've got this design and it's got some transparency, so I can rapidly produce an interesting sort of quick design like that with those there, with obviously that green effect, a slightly more unusual wave design. Another thing you can do, you can always, of course, repeat the effect as well as fade the effect. So let's just quickly create something slightly different from this. So I'm just going to go over here and I've got the fill tool, just going to add a gradient. So I've got a gradient design and I can now, let's go to Pixel, Filters, and I'm just going to distort this. So twirl, let's just go for a twirl effect, something like that. And click apply. Well, now I can go here to Pixel, Filters, and I'm just going to go down to Colors and go down here to Procedural Texture. So in Procedural Texture, again, I can apply the effects and I can go here, sine wave, say, or maybe one of the other ones. Let's go with sine wave, waves. Go with waves. Nice effect there. And you can vary these settings, of course, and click apply. As with all of the filters, or certainly most of them, you can go up here to Pixel, Filters, and you can repeat it. Obviously not going to be much use. It's going to just apply the same thing. But you can also go to Fade Procedural Texture. And then you can see as you fade it, you've got this effect. So you can blend the two. You've also got, of course, color burn and darker and so on. Now, of course, if I had some color in the gradient, it would be a different result. So you can divide, subtract, exclusion, and difference, etc. To create something like that, click apply. But as mentioned, you can also repeat this effect. So you can apply it again, blend that. Also, another thing is, of course, Pixel, Filters, and Colors, and go down here to Procedural Texture again. And let's just go here. Unfortunately, it always forgets the last one you've used. So you have to go and select it again. But overlapped, sine wave. Oh, no, I don't want that one. I want that one, sine wave. The other waves. There's a lot of waves. Get the right waves eventually. Okay, so we've got that. And I can vary this. You can see as I can vary it. But also, I can go here and I can say, oh, you know what? Let's just go and enter 5 times. So you can vary it. So 5, well, maybe not that intense. That's a bit the wrong way. I can put 0.2. So you can spread it out like that. Or change this. You can just try them out. Just try out different settings. RY, put the RY 2 times. And you can say, oh, that creates more. 3, say. So you can create some very intense wave designs like that. Again, if you want, save the preset. Click apply. So you've applied it. And now, of course, you can always go up to Pixel, Filters, and again, fade the procedural texture. And you can see then you get this sort of effect. And you can combine them in different ways. Again, go here to lighten, overlay again. If there had been colour in the gradient when I created it, you would have ended up with obviously different effects. Maybe negation, reflect, glow. Just try them out, screen, etc. and click apply. You can see lots and lots of different designs can be created just by applying multiple effects, doing repeats, blending them and fading with this procedural texture. And that is just the basic shape ones. You can also use the procedural textures with just normal images. So I've got this image. I can simply go up here to Pixel, Filters, and just down to Colors and Procedural Texture. In Procedural Texture, I can just go here and select Presets And there's a load of options here, of course, and basic shapes, but I'm going to go with waves. So it applies it like this. Unfortunately, there is no opacity setting within this, or blend modes. If you're using a live filter layer, there is a live filter layer for this, that does have that. But still, what you can also do, if you want, you could go with B and G, and you could turn that off so you've only just got the red channel being modified. Or if I put them all back on again, I can always then just click apply, or obviously I could vary the waves, but I can always go up here to pixel, filters, and I can then obviously repeat it if I wanted to. Also, I can do fade. So fade procedural texture, and now you can see I've got this combination of the two. So you've got the effect there, or just reduce it down to say 16 or 17%, so you can see the image as well as the wave effect. And also you've got blend modes, so you can run through those and maybe go overlay, maybe go for hard light, and so on. Difference, and many others as well. So darken, then click apply. And of course you can apply this multiple times, maybe vary the wave and all those sort of things. However, there's also another option that's really useful, is that you can just go here and you can right click and you can duplicate. And with the duplicate here, I can now apply the same effect. So pixel, filters, and just go to colors, and I'm just going to modify the equation. So here, again, I'm just going to go with waves, and there's waves there. Instead of using the R, G, and B, I can just go here, change the R, change it there, just deselect all of them, and then click A. Now at this point, nothing seems to have changed because it's the alpha channel. It's just seeing the exact same image through the other one. So again, I can vary the settings here. So I still can't see it, but click apply. Now, if I go over here, I can go to effects, just click here. And with that, I can go to 3D, and now you can see this effect, and click close. So you can create a variety of different designs that way. Of course, you might not want the lower layer, so you can always just turn it off and you get just that design. Or of course you could have that on, maybe then just go to this one and you can reposition it, move it, resize it to create some slightly jarring effects like that. Maybe rotate it, and maybe again, hold down the Alt Option key and just duplicate the design. So you can see you can build up quite an interesting abstract design. You can still just about make out the original image. And that's just with images. And of course, there's lots of other basic shape ones that you can use and modify as well. So basic shapes, I've gone through, and I will be going through the others in future videos. Any questions, thoughts, please let me know in the comments below. Bye.